Just thinking like, we could go somewhere with you two.
We could go somewhere. We're going somewhere.
We're going
Going
there.
Going there. We're going somewhere.
We're going somewhere.
Hi, I'm Sierra.
I'm Addison.
And I'm Luke.
We are gonna just get together every once in a while and create some content for you guys. And we hope you guys like it.
It'll be directly centered towards high schoolers, so hopefully it can be applied to you.
And if you guys have any questions or things you'd want to hear us talk about, feel free to DM Crossing H School on Instagram.
Or Sierra.
Or you could text Sierra personally.
Yeah.
Here's her number,
Cut.
actually. You can ask me again, or just
Yeah,
want me
I'll
to?
ask you again.
Okay.
What about you? What was your favorite camp moment?
I would say I really like doing the skit for high school and middle school. High school was a little bit more fun to do the skit because high schoolers usually don't like the skit, which makes it kind of
Challenging.
difficult to make.
Yeah.
But this year we kind of just embraced the screw it. We're just not really going to put that much time into it. And we kind of would make it right before, and it was just a lot of fun putting it together and then going out there and just
I thought the
having a bunch
jokes
of
were
chaos.
good. Like
I
the
thought-
dry
yeah.
jokes were good.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good
Some
too.
kids
but,
got onto it and they were like, "Oh yeah."
But it's just fun to act like an idiot and almost purposely make it bad.
Yeah.
I threw up during one of the
Yeah.
high school
Yeah,
skits
that
when you
was rough.
blended.
Oh,
Food. I-
actually no, I'm switching.
I ran
now.
outside.
My favorite part was the
No.
blending the thing and
The
seeing
blending was pretty
everyone just
disgusting.
start throwing.
I literally ran out of the door and was throwing up in the bushes.
And then I was looking back through the curtain. I could see the worship team, and I could just see Monica's face was just like
It was so
the
gross.
entire time.
I was
like
fine
5 minutes.
until Griffin started pouring and there was just chunks. I'm sick right now.
Those
just thinking about
those
it.
kids downed it though.
Yeah.
Like no
Shout
one
out Claire Buki because she chugged that thing and
Yeah.
still lost.
and still lost.
She
Yeah.
chugged it for no glory.
Yeah.
No
Facts.
glory.
How about you? What was your favorite part?
I had a lot of favorite parts for high school week, but I loved the one rain day we have. I feel like we have one rain day every year for high school week.
I don't think we did last year.
We did.
Think so?
Yeah,
I
we
thought
did.
we were just clear all the way
I
through,
don't
and then
remember
middle
either,
school
but
got all the rain.
Middle school always gets all the rain,
Yeah.
but the one rain day we had for high school week was cool because I was walking through like the campus and I just saw like tons of just small groups just talking. And usually at that time everyone's just playing games, spike ball, volleyball, basketball, but it was kind of just a rest time and people were playing cards and like talking about some pretty deep stuff too. So I think that was probably, as a director, that was probably my favorite to see, was just downtime.
Yeah. Okay, so going off of that, so deep conversations, just going off the aspect of looking maybe a little bit different than what Columbia looks like.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we don't get into deep conversations in Columbia compared to Windy Gap. It's a lot easier to get deeper and more open at Windy Gap. So what's the question?
We talk all the time about like how much we hate camp highs.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
like how do we take
High?
camp high?
Yeah, like
Camp-
a camp.
Camp
Camp High?
High.
What?
Not the
Camp
restaurant.
High? No,
Camp
there's
High.
Camp. There
Camp
is,
High.
and then isn't there a movie?
Kim Possible.
Ooh, Kim Possible's such a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah. That was what I was
No,
thinking
Sky High.
of. Sky High. A combination of those.
Anyway, so what is a way that like we can, because we hate camp high, so what is a way that we can bring the camp here and not have like a 1 or 2 weeks after camp where we're like really on fire for the Lord because we're coming off of camp and then it just kind of like we go back into our routines.
I mean, it's so easy to feel connected and close with Jesus at camp because you have structure and
No phones.
Yeah, no phones, no distractions really, other than volleyball and guys for girls, girls for guys. That's like the only distractions out there.
Yeah.
So I think that we just need to minimize distractions here. I think that's the key is whenever we get home and we want to get on our phone, minimizing that distraction if we know that we haven't really gotten into our word. I think the word is like, I mean, just the key aspect of what we miss that Jesus gives us that helps us walk through life with him. And it's just so fruitful. Like I went through, because we're going through 1 Peter at 573. So I was like, I haven't been in First Peter in a long time.
Yeah.
Went through it, chapter 1 yesterday, and it was so fruitful. And I was just analyzing things, breaking it down, looking up words, and it was just really fun and encouraging for me. So, I mean, I think that's just something we miss, slowing down and reading the word, understanding it, just applying it to our lives, different things like that. So I would say like slowing down and taking out distractions.
I love that you said distractions because, like, Satan isn't trying to get us to worship him. He's just trying to distract us from worshiping Jesus. And I think that is probably the biggest tool we have in, like, our, like, what you said, like, we're just missing it. With our, like, phones are just an extension of us now. So, yeah, my advice would just be to put your phone in another room and just have, like, 20, 30, an hour, or even less than, but of just time in your Bible, time in your journal, and, like, maybe just listening to worship music, sitting there.
Minimize the screen time.
Screen time.
Yeah. I would also say what helped me in high school, even like near the end of high school, was kind of thinking about it less of trying to get rid of the things in my life that are bad and more of just what are little ways I can implement Jesus into my day. And then just trusting that over time, bringing the light in will get rid of some of the darkness, if that makes sense. Instead of trying to rip the darkness out, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so just like before school, I would go like 10 minutes early and I'd read a psalm or a proverb or something like that. Yeah. And so just like building little habits. I mean, you could just start with one thing. Like I'm going to go to school. I'm going to listen to 10-minute Bible talks on my way to school. I'm going to do, and just implementing small ways. I'm going to go to Every's 573, reach out to people in my small group.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see that over time, if those are done, consistently, and you're actually trying to follow Jesus by doing them and not just checking things off a box. But I think over time you'll see that those small things in your life will start to change the rest of your life and how you're living it. And I think it'll become easier once you if you read a psalm a day for a month, I think you'll find that is sometimes a more fulfilling way to spend your time than getting on your phone.
Yeah.
I think just over time that habit will just change because you compare getting in the Psalms versus getting on your phone. Yeah. And this starts to become a greater thing, I guess. I don't know.
I resonated with that because whenever we got back, I was like, I'm going to chill and enjoy my technology. So I was going to play some video games. I played video games for a few hours. And at the end, I was like, no lie, that was not fulfilling. That sucked. I wasn't getting wins, so I was already pretty ticked off. Yeah. But I was just like, that just wasn't as fruitful as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I come in with this mindset of like, this is going to feel so good just to relax. And it does for a little bit, but when I am seeking an escape, sometimes it's not an escape. And so, yeah, I just resonate with that really well.
Yeah. And what is being on your phone helping? You know what I mean? Like me scrolling through Instagram isn't helping me educate me. It isn't helping me spiritually. It isn't helping in any sort of aspect of my life besides just being a distraction. But I loved what you said. If you just replace that with a book in the Bible or one psalm a day, that is helping so many things in our life, and we might not even see it. So I love that. Yeah,
in my breakout, I talked about the 1% increase, just being more like Jesus. And so it doesn't mean that you have to change your whole life. It's just small aspects like that. Implementing one small thing that wasn't in your life that's helping you become more like Jesus throughout the day. Yeah. I think it's smart. Just something small, whether that's just reading a few verses, not even a full psalm. It could just be I'm going to read 3 verses, and it's just going to be that's going to be my fruitful time with Jesus. I'm that's huge. If that wasn't there before, just implementing those things and seeing a slow increase is great. So.
Yeah.
And I think it's partly you have to learn to be patient with yourself a little bit because this stuff takes time. And so you got to realize okay, I'm going to start reading a psalm a day or whatever. I'm going to start reading a chapter a day. And when I'm doing that, I'm also going to be doing a lot of bad things. I'm also going to be sinning a lot. And just because both those things are happening at the same time, that's okay. I need to be patient and just focus on just because I sin and mess up doesn't mean I need to run away from God.
God's
That's
still
good.
working.
Yeah, and so just remembering that the stuff takes time, trusting God's work in your life through
and it's just
those
a discipline
things.
too.
Yeah.
Sitting down and reading, even for a short amount of time, 10 minutes a day, is still a discipline.
Yeah. That's good.
Guys, we're really good at this.
We are really good.
Applesauce.
Oh yeah, applesauce.
That's what we said when we need to get back on track.
Oh, okay.
This whole time I haven't been listening to either of your guys' answers.
There's nothing else.
I mean, I feel
We're
fine
good?
about it.
Cool.
Yeah.